everybody. Welcome back to Two Girls with Cancer.
Ashley.
Becky. And today we are going to be talking about the importance of holistic health. Ashley and I talk about it all the time on here, how important it is to, not necessarily not trust your doctor. That's not what we're saying, but to get second opinions, third opinions, fourth opinions, and to have multiple different protocols when it comes to your healing through this cancer journey, not just chemo, surgery, radiation. It's so hard on your body. You want to do everything to heal all the parts of it.
Yes. With mine, there wasn't very much, but it was just like I wanted to live and I wanted to do whatever I could, and holistic it's huge. It's a pretty big part. And like with Becky, she had the chemo and stuff, but what helped her was the holistic side and the stuff that she was doing to keep her body strong.
100%. It's why I believe I flew through treatment, why my body responded so well to it is because my immune system had been boosted where it was so low before. It was low enough to get sick.
Yeah.
Right? 36 years old, getting stage 3 cancer. Like, obviously, my immune system was not in a good way. Yeah. So I really, truly believe that the holistic approaches that I took helped get me strong.
I do.
And I believe for you too, all the holistic things that you've done has got you and continue to do has got you to where you are today. So what is holistic health? So it's a whole person approach. I'm going to read here. It's a whole person approach to health and healing that includes body, mind, and soul, as well as environmental qualities of everyday living. If one part of the body is out of balance or neglected, it affects other parts. So really, the way that I feel about cancer treatment is that you're really putting a Band-Aid on it. Like, all they're doing is trying to attack the cancer that's in your body, but no one is really looking at, why did I get sick in the first place?
Root cause.
Yeah, and
I'm big on that.
Yeah, like, what is the root cause of cancer? And we don't know. Like, it's really hard to pinpoint that. For some people, it could be that your hormones are out of whack. Yeah, it could be a genetic thing passed down from family members. But for people like Ashley and I, we have no idea. Like, where did it come from and why? And why us?
I still have no idea where or why.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, that's how I feel about traditional treatment, is that it's just a one view of like how to treat it, where I like holistic because it is really trying to hit everything. It's not just the cancer in your body, it's the trauma that you've gone through, it's the emotional that you've gone through, it's your diet, it's your stress levels, it's all the things combined into one. So different practitioners, and again, we talk about all of these all the time, but your naturopath, obviously that's the first one that I would think of when it's holistic health. Live blood analysis, which we rave about all the time. Chiropractor.
And this one is new to me, but make sure you find the right chiropractor. You introduced me to my now chiropractor, and amazing
chiropractor / microbiologist / holistic health healer.
He's a genius.
He's brilliant.
He's so smart.
And it's so cool, like, when you go to him and you say, I have this going on with my body, or I'm in pain, or I'm in that, and he says, because this part of your spine is out.
You can see his brain.
Oh yeah,
thinking.
you can.
And it's the coolest thing ever, because when we went there, I was just so blown away at how smart this man was. And as soon as, from within me telling my 15-minute story, he understood and he knew.
And he was like, you have this. And then he tested it and he's like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And it was crazy too, that what was going on inside your stomach, when he adjusted your neck, it wasn't that anymore. So something in her neck was putting pressure down in here, causing this and I'm not going to go into details, but it's just it's very interesting how everything is connected.
In my case, it's a little different. We're still struggling with the swollen stomach and the stuff like that, but instantly after that adjustment that I had, and he did a couple other things to me, my stomach started going down. Like, it has swollen up again, but it's amazing when somebody can actually take the time and be like, listen to you and your symptoms and be like, okay, you know what? You see his brain working and he cares. You know, make sure you find someone who's willing to listen to you and willing to care. You know, and actually help you. It's a big part.
It's a huge part. And someone who is knowledgeable and not just in pharmaceuticals or, you know, just
who thinks out of the box,
the standard training, who really puts together that holistic approach, because I think that's one thing that conventional doctors are really missing is to see how certain things that they do are affecting other parts of your body. Like,
it all works together.
Well, there is a time and place for doctors and for pharmaceuticals. I believe that, and you know, if their job is to take the pain away or to, you know, take away whatever disease you have, great. But like, what else is going on with me? Right? It's not just current pain. It's like a whole bunch of other things that led up to me feeling this way. So let's get that in line.
Well, look at my cancer. It went from stage 4 cancer to my liver failing, mold, fungus, parasites. Like, all last year was crazy.
Which your doctors never looked at, would have never looked at.
Would have never even thought, right?
Yeah.
So I highly believe that they need to work together, which they don't.
Yeah.
But if, obviously some don't, just seek it. Look for it, find it, you know, and find one that works best for you, for the naturopath doctor, or like we said, the chiropractor. Do the live blood analysis.
Chiropractors are so smart.
They are very smart.
So smart. And I don't think that they get the credit that they deserve, because they go to school for 6 years or whatever, 7 years. Like, they do not get the credit that they deserve. They know that body inside and out. They know every joint, every bone, every muscle. They know it all, and they are brilliant. So I would definitely.
Told me I was a little hesitant.
Like a chiropractor.
Like, what's he gonna do? And then it's like changed my life. He's the one who found that I had the bacteria overgrowth and the yeast overgrowth, you know, and I knew because the symptoms were showing in my mouth and stuff like that, but he instantly knew from just talking,
literally just reading your file and listening to you symptoms. For 5 minutes. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Some other good ones that you can integrate into your wellness routine: massage therapists. They also know the body. I'm not talking rub and tug. I'm not talking masseuse. I'm talking registered massage therapists. They go to school. Their school is very intense for 2 years. There's a lot of hands-on training. They know the body inside and out. So if you go to one who isn't doing what you need to be done, find a new one, because there's a lot of very talented massage therapists out there. Acupuncture. Oh, sorry, go on.
I said I agree.
Yeah. I've been to some really great ones over the years, and I've been to some that I'm like, I didn't really feel that.
Right.
Yeah, and you want to, like, I don't want to be sore when I leave, but I want to know that the area that I had a problem with was being worked on, and they knew. And I finally found a girl who I really liked, and she left to go to a place in the city, and so now I don't see her, and so now I'm on the hunt for somebody new again.
So if you know someone.
Yeah, right? Everyone is like, oh, I can do it, and then you go see them, and I'm like, that was okay. Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah.
But acupuncture, that's another one that you and I both go to. Acupuncture is very interesting. I was very against it for a long time, and then I started doing it, and it's cool because that one is there to kind of increase energy in your body. And to me, when I heard the word energy, I'm thinking like crystal, like, and I'm not into new agey stuff by any means, right? And I think there is definitely like a piece to that, because it comes from, you know, Chinese medicine and what's the other word I'm looking for? Something like from India.
I know what you're trying to say.
Ayurvedic or whatever medicine. And so there's parts of it that I'm like, oh, I don't know. But it is just very interesting, because what they're trying to do is just to release little blockages, like mini blockages in your body that cause stagnation. And we've talked about this a lot. Like stagnation, nothing is flowing, nothing is moving the way that it's supposed to. You're going to get roadblocks. Picture construction. Construction is stagnation. If there's construction on the road, there's a huge traffic block, right? That's what's going on inside your body. So acupuncture and these other types too, like massage and chiro and all those other things, are also removing those traffic blocks
together.
Yeah, they do.
You can't just do one thing. Like I've said before, someone had said to me about that water system, and it's like, you can't just do that and think you're going to live forever. You need to do all these other different things.
Yeah, you can alkalinize your water.
But then if you're eating chips every single day and you're eating candy and you're, you know.
Right. you're causing all kinds of other
right?
inflammation and creating acidity, even though, you know, you have your water balance.
Which is awesome, and I've been drinking it. But there's so many more things that come into factor when it's your health.
You know what's another big one? Exercise.
I know.
We talk about this a lot.
Love it. Oh.
I want to love it.
I'm really obsessed. Before I was sick, I was in the gym probably since I want to say about 22 to 24. Wow. I didn't look spectacular, but I looked good. It was, you know, I wasn't a bodybuilder, but I was toned. I did it 5 days a week usually, and I meal prepped with it, and I love it.
The only time I really hit the gym hard was when an ex, he got me like a personal trainer, and then we split up in that time, but I'm still going because I knew he would be there, and I would get a text being like, why aren't you at the gym today? And I felt so much pressure, and my friends were like, that really wasn't healthy. And then I look back and I'm like, man, I was so fit. I'm like, I looked so good then.
Like his negative energy made you want to
well, and I mean, I don't necessarily even look at it as like negative energy by any means. Like, he just wanted to keep me accountable because I think he knew that I was kind of person that would like. Did he do it in a kind way? I think so.
Okay.
He wasn't like, you fat piece of trash, where are you? It was nothing like that. It was just like, I noticed you weren't at the gym today.
Okay.
And I'm like, I was there, you just didn't see me.
I had somewhere like the negative way, and it's like,
yeah, it doesn't make you feel good either.
It doesn't.
No. The other time too, so I felt the pressure then. Number one, because he like got me a personal trainer, so I felt like I had to. The other time, my friend had signed up for the super expensive 6-week boot camp. Like, it cost like $700 or $800 for the 6 weeks. And then they had put on a deal like a couple days after she signed up that was like 50% off. She was like, yo, give me my money back.
Yeah.
And or something like that. She watches this, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And they said, well, we can't do that, but we'll give you 2 friends for free. Which doesn't even, that's like even more. Sense, I know. Yeah. They could have just given her $300 back, but whatever. Actually. So she asked me and her sister. Her sister didn't go. It was just me and her. But I felt like she paid all this money, and she wouldn't let me pay her for half of it. She paid all this money for me to go. So like, I was very accountable to her, and like, I almost had a 6-pack. I'm not even joking. This was in 2020. This was January and February of 2020, and I was like, yeah, I'm finally getting fit. I posted a bikini picture on my Instagram, which I've never done. This is a year after my tummy tuck, never done. And then COVID hit a couple of weeks later, and the gym closed down, and those people who own the gym moved to Kelowna. And I would give anything to have this particular gym back. I've tried other ones. Nothing compares to this. No, it was in the city, but I worked in the city. Well, I worked in Atchison, so I would just drive after work, and she would meet me there. We would go for 5 o'clock, 3 times a week. It was the most intense workout. The first few days, I was like, I hate it here. I'm never going. And then after the end of 6 weeks, I'd only dropped 10 pounds, but 10 pounds in 6 weeks is a lot. But like,
the muscle.
It was wig hair mouth. But I almost had a 6-pack. Like, you could see it. It looked so. I gotta show you a picture. It was so good. So those were the only times I really felt like wanting to be in the gym, and I just haven't been able to find that motivation. I'm a really like all or nothing kind of person. Like, if I go to the gym, I'm going every single day, and I'm hitting it hard, and the second I take a break, which I know you're supposed to let your body relax, like every few days you're supposed to have a break, then I just fall off the wagon. So I'm gonna,
but your body's still healing too.
It is still healing. Yeah,
that's with mine, and I fight with it because I just want to be there. But I need my sleep,
But like, when you do work out, you do get like a boost of energy.
The endorphins in your brain.
I wonder if you working out would just give you the boost you need. Like, I know we're so tired, but
walking, and I have done that. Like, the last few weeks, I haven't been able to do anything. But even just walking, or just stepping in those gym doors for me, it's like. I feel good, even though I can't lift very much, but...
Well, I always think, okay, if I have a gym pass, then I have to go to the gym because I'm spending the money, and then I don't do it. And I'm like, no, I can do it at home. If I, pay for whatever, Beachbody or whatever, I'll do it. And, like, I do to an extent, but now like we have a full gym downstairs. But I'm just so tired. Like I want to use the machine. It's like a full machine, and like I want to do this stuff because I don't like my arms. I want to tighten them up, but I can't move anything with this arm because it hurts so bad. I know, and I get tingling. So
weird. It's like we want to. We should.
You know what the physio at our cancer center told me?
What?
You should find a personal trainer who has experience with mastectomies. Oh, okay.
What?
That's your tip for work? Because I was like, can you give me some exercises, like something to like get fit, not just get the tingling to go, but like to get fit. And that was his advice, to find a trainer who has experience with mastectomies. And that was a physiotherapist?
Yeah. They can give you routines. They can help you in the right direction.
They can give you the basics to help them. What do I have? Neuropathy in my fingers and like the tightness to go away. I have cording in there. It's called axillary web cording or webbing, and it's very painful. He can give me stuff to get rid of that, but he can't really give me exercises to do in the gym, like to go and work out. So
weird, because the one I went to after my second surgery, before I had my third, we were just seeing what my body limits and stuff with everything, and I wasn't able to go yet, but she showed me a routine and everything. What I should and I shouldn't
What luck
be doing.
for you.
Well, maybe we should try it out.
So if anybody is listening, I would be very interested in working with somebody who has experience with mastectomies. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there was this Facebook group that I was in, and a lady said that she was breast cancer survivor, and she's a personal trainer, and she had a workout routine, and she did send me the PDF of it. But she's like in the States. Like I'm thinking more somebody like I can talk to in person.
See.
But at the end of the day, like I haven't had the energy to go really do anything, and it's like every time I try, I overdo it, and then I'm one step forward, two steps back.
Right now, just because where we are at still.
Let's try to. Oh, there are the dogs. There are the dogs. We should try to set a goal for ourselves, like by September or something, like even like once or twice a week, like get to the gym. We can go together.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because September is what are we in, July?
Yeah, already.
Oh, it's like 2 months away.
I know.
Oh my god, I'll be 39.
When's your birthday? September
10th.
Oh my goodness. 39, but that means next year is 40, and we can go away. Go do something. I mean, we could go away this vacation. Yes, you definitely do.
Right.
Okay, so back to our list here. Different practitioners that you can go see. We've talked about aromatherapy was on the list. Essential oils and stuff. I am very interested to learn more about that. Like, I don't put a lot of, not faith, but like, I'm not gonna like rely solely on essential oils. Like there was this case in the news a few years ago where a little boy died because his parents only were giving him oil of oregano, and he had like meningitis or something. And it's like, I'm not going to put all of my trust in essential oils, but I do think like these are things that come from the earth, which I truly believe in.
Well, that's the same thing like supplements, right?
Yeah.
Like the all natural,
yeah. Well, if we're talking like the organ supplements or things like that, and that's also on my list, is supplementation is considered holistic health. Nutrition, that kind of falls in line with exercise as well. That's just like taking care of your body. It's not just physical like outward appearance, it's also the physical on the inside as well. It's a meditation or yoga. I would say that prayer probably falls into that too, because that's your spiritual life. And then vibrational therapy. And I don't know a lot about vibrational therapy. I'd be very interested to hear more about it. To me, I'm like, oh, it's so new agey. But again,
I'm a lot of like looking into things like that. There's like vibration. There's the grounding, so that the mats and stuff, right? The sheets and stuff like that. But frequency 111 is to kill cancer.
Okay, so interesting. I do know one type of vibration that I like.
And I thought what I said 2 episodes ago was bad.
Here we are.
I think we all like it.
There's not one person out there who does not like that.
Just being honest, I guess.
Yeah, we're just real.
We're honest on this show.
Hilarious. So 7 components of holistic health and wellness. So this is what I was talking about in another episode prior about different aspects of your life. Yeah, let's take a drink. Different aspects of your life that kind of need to be in alignment for you to have holistic health. So the first one is your physical wellness. That's things like your sleep, your hormones, nutrition, exercise, addictions if you have them, cognitive health. The next one is emotional wellness. So that's your daily mood and your emotions and how we regulate them and express ourselves. And, you know, if you have good emotional wellness, you have better coping skills, right? Which is going to be less stress. Yep. There's also mental wellness. And I thought those were the same things, but it says that it's different because the mental is more like your overall psychological state, where emotional is more like your day-to-day kind of stuff. That also includes your cognitive processing, how you perceive things, your memory, your reasoning, your problem solving, and that's like how our brain works and thinks and how our thoughts impact us. So it's more like broader scale is the mental wellness, and emotional is more like day-to-day stuff. Spiritual wellness, obviously that's really important, and that doesn't mean like having a religion. That's more like, what's the meaning of life? You know, where do I fit into the physical world? And it also needs to connect us to something greater than ourselves. I think, like, I don't know, I just think that people need that because it's like one aspect that we're missing. Like, to just think that we're just here for zero purpose and we just showed up one day and that's it. I just feel like that's kind of doom and gloom. Like, to me, I don't know. I think spiritual health is very, very important. Social wellness. What was that?
I don't know.
What was that? It must have been. Oh my gosh. So social wellness, we're such social creatures, right? Like, humans are not meant to be in isolation. We are not meant to be alone. We crave love and we crave acceptance and we crave like time together, right? And so loneliness can really harm our health. And that's what I was talking about in another. What the heck is that? Oh, it must be outside. I've got the window open because it's really hot in here and there's this dog barking. But yeah, loneliness creates inflammation, a weak immune system. Like, you wouldn't think that those things... Okay, I need to close this window.
We'll have to start that one over.
Well, I guess now is as good a time as any to tell everybody about my favorite thing in the entire world, coffee enemas, something I've been doing religiously since I got sick. And now we're really excited to share that we've partnered up with Happy Bum Co. to bring you discounts on some awesome products. Their products are silicone and they are non-toxic and BPA free, which is important when you're, putting hot liquids into it and having it go into your body. I know coffee enemas are kind of a taboo subject. We don't want to talk about putting stuff up us, right? And I know when I tell people about it, they give me weird looks and they ask me really dumb questions like, do you drink the coffee after? No, I don't. But what I do know is that it is incredibly healing and the whole process is very relaxing. In fact, the big cancer clinics in Mexico actually use this because it is so healing and it is proven to help boost glutathione 700%. The link for products will be in the show notes, and use discount code 2girlswithcancer to receive 10% off your order. I know it seems super scary, but just trust me on this one. Once you start, you will love it. Now let's awkwardly jump back into where we left off.
So social wellness, because we are such social creatures, we crave love and we crave acceptance and time with people. And loneliness is so hard on us. It's so bad for us. And I was talking about that in another episode. It can actually create inflammation, loneliness. And I don't know how. I would love to look into the science of that. And then it can also weaken your immune system.
And I mean, maybe if you're okay with being alone and you enjoy that, what do you think?
I don't know. There's so many people I know that say, oh, I'd rather not people today. I don't want to be outside. I'd rather, but like when you're doing that, like you're just online talking to people. Like I think you crave that.
Still crave that.
Like how many people do you know that actually just want to be alone in nature, no devices, like no talking to anybody? Not very many. And I even have to wonder if the reason that they're doing that is because they were hurt by something. Not like, I just don't think that humans are antisocial. Like I think that we are social beings and we need that camaraderie.
I do. I know when I first got sick and I was like bedridden and stuck with all those healing I had to do and surgeries. I was sad. I was broken.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't the person I was, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Very people person, very, I love to take care of people.
Well, and your job was with people constantly.
Always, and I love it, meeting new people and interacting, you know? It's something I enjoy.
Yeah, same here. I missed like the socializing of being at work. I didn't miss the day-to-day, like I didn't miss the stress of being at work, but I missed talking to people every day and, you know, seeing something different than my house every day.
I had a really good, I loved my work environment. The people I worked with, they were amazing. And they still are amazing.
Fun. Serving was so much fun. I would honestly, like, I had a career, I had a good job, like, I would honestly consider giving that up and going serving when I'm back to work.
Career to some people. Yeah, and you know, I have my whole life I was shamed because like when are you gonna get a real job? You're like, I make more money than you, so shut up.
Yeah, really.
Like, you know, and I'm good at it. I loved it. I don't find any shame in what I've done. You know, and it's sad that people put that on other people.
I'm actually shocked that people would.
But here's the thing, job is a job. Yes. If I had to go deliver pizzas, I would go deliver pizzas. Yeah. And I wouldn't have shame.
And you would do it the best that you possibly can. I know.
Right? But that's it's sad because I feel like the world has gone that way.
Well, I think people are gifted with serving, like the desire to serve, right? Like you have that motherly instinct as well. So I'm not surprised that you love serving.
Taking care of people. That's
exactly.
My thing. I love it.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah. And I feel pretty similar to that as well. Like I loved serving. It's a great way to socialize. It's great money. You're busy. You like there's a sense of pride being like, oh, I was able to wait on all those tables.
Because some people can't.
Yeah.
Some people it's a lot of work. It is.
My best friend is the worst server.
Oh, I've had some bad servers.
And she knows it, and she would joke about it all the time. Yeah. She would just be like, not understanding social cues, and they'd be like, okay, you can go now. And she'd be like, oh, okay. And then, like, no cutlery, like, her food wouldn't come out. Like, she was so bad. And it's funny to joke about that with her. And that's not her thing. Like, she's okay. Like, she's a very social creature, but in, like, a much different way. Yeah, no, I love that. So social wellness, financial wellness, obviously, like if you're stressed about money, nothing feels good. And then occupational wellness, which fits into what we were just talking about. If you do not feel accepted at work, if you do not feel like you're being like credited for the work you do or whatever, you can feel really bad about yourself. And I am a prime example of that. There are times when I felt really great at my job, and there are times where I feel like social pariah at my job, right? And not just my current job, but like lots of places that I've worked. So it says to do these 5 things when you're working on holistic health. Prioritize your self-care. And we've talked about this a few episodes ago. Self-care, self-care, self-care. So important. However that looks for you, do it.
Because at the end of the day, you come first. You need to love yourself and fall in love with who you are before you can give your love to somebody else or be in love with a partner. You know, it's important.
The second step is no assumptions. And I had to read into that because I was like, what does that mean? So it actually said, and I loved this, that you can look at a person and see them not looking sick. And you can look at yourself and see yourself not looking sick. Or you can see yourself and you compare yourself to other people. So for you and I, having both had cancer, completely different cancers, similar ages, similar circumstances, completely different. So if I was to look at you, or you were to look at me and be like, well, why could you do chemo and I can't, or whatever, you know, people assuming like that you can't do chemo, right? This is what I'm saying, no assumptions, because
I couldn't do chemo and I was lying.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why do people do that?
Like it says that our self-care and our well-being is not the same as others and should be tailored to each person.
I agree.
So that's a huge part of holistic health. Another one, again, we've talked about it a bazillion times, activities that bring you joy, right? Podcasting brings us joy. You might hate what we do. You might hate this. You might hate hearing us talk. My voice is all the time. You might hate it, whatever. It brings us joy, and you do not have to listen. But we'd like you to.
You know what? You're our best people, or whatever that word is. It's our haters, so keep coming back.
All those clicks. Is that how it works with the algorithm?
Keep gossiping. Bring more people.
You're right. Another tip, which I think as moms we don't do, but take a step back. That means like sometimes you're just doing too much. You know, and the counselor was telling me this last week, like, what would it look like if you just rested? And I was like, what are you talking about, rested? Like, I rested for 2 days on my couch after chemo, and then I was out. And she's like, yeah. Did you, like, rest through that time? Did you make time for you? Did you sleep? And I was like, no. None of the above. Like, because my kids need to eat dinner, my kids need to go to sports, and my kids need to be picked up from school, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. She's
and that's
like,
just the type of person you are.
I always have been, yeah. I like to do all the things.
I'm like, I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah. But you're such a mother too, so that must have been really hard for you at first.
But I have a great mom and a sister, you know, and well, sisters, but my mom has been such a rock for me. They're still to this day, even a few days ago, I can't get out of bed. My muscles are just everything. I can't physically get out, and she's my savior, you know. It's amazing that I have that.
Yeah. So you feel supported enough to be able to rest. And I mean, I do, but I think because, you know, I'm such an independent person. Like, I would say anyone who's dated me knows, like, I don't like to have anyone do anything for me. I'll just do it for myself. And, you know, and I think, especially in a relationship, like, a man needs to be needed, right? Like, a man wants to be wanted and needed. And I'm like, I'll just do it myself. It's fine. and so, yeah, I definitely feel supported by my husband. But, I mean, like, I don't know, like, why wait around for him to do it when I could just do it and be a martyr and struggle through it? So,
see, I was like that too, but I had to humble myself on this journey. I had to.
Yes.
You're finally crying, and I love it.
I was crying before,
but crying like you hold your emotions.
And I just feel like I've cried so much through this process that's like I don't have anything left, and like really, I think what do I have to cry about? I don't have cancer anymore.
But that's our body healing.
Yeah, I know.
We still have so many more emotions inside us.
Well, I'm learning. Well,
you're doing great. I'm so proud of you.
In counseling on Friday, I was thinking, oh, I'll just get my errands done because it's on Zoom.
This is why I'm saying you're crying. Not that you cry all the time. She doesn't cry all the time. But the story.
Yeah, I was like, I'll get my errands done because we're going camping. We're leaving immediately after counseling is done, so I'll just be on Zoom and not have my camera on. Well, no, that did not happen. I'm sitting in the Little Caesars parking lot or the liquor store parking lot, and it's, you know, broad daylight. There's people everywhere because it's the liquor store and it's a long weekend, and I'm bawling. And she's asking me about my relationship with my dad, and I have a great relationship with my dad, and yet she's asking me about, like, you know, specific things that happened when I was growing up, and did he do this and did he do that and how did I respond? And I was like, oh, like all of these things. And it's like, is everything that, you know, I've dealt with men through my life because of my relationship with my dad. And I think that is for any woman, any little girl, any woman. That's why a relationship with your dad is so important, or with a male figure. So I'm like sitting there just bawling my eyes out. I'm like, where's this coming from?
Well, me growing up, I had if you're listening, deadbeat dad. No, and I mean that. You know, I tried for years to get him to love me, but sadly, some men just don't, and they'll raise somebody else's kids, and it hurts.
It does hurt.
And when I got sick with cancer, he didn't care.
You haven't heard from him?
No. I'm gonna cry. But so growing up, I didn't have a father, and it hurt. I wondered what was wrong with me.
Yeah, what was wrong with you?
Why he didn't want to love me.
And you probably found comfort in these men that treated you like absolute garbage because that's what you deserve. Because the man, the one man in your life that's supposed to love you more than anything, didn't. And so, like, why should you love yourself? Why should you let a man love you? It's probably been very hard to break through that.
Then my mom got remarried to this amazing man. My dad, he's my real dad. We call him Papa. Amazing, the most kindest, gentle man I've ever met in my life. And I told myself I wanted to make sure that I went down that path because I deserved it. My son deserved it. You know, and it's like, we do deserve to be in healthy relationships, you know?
Look at this. This is from your story because I feel that. Like, I have a great relationship with my dad. He is an awesome guy. But, like, the way that he parented, it didn't make me feel overly loved, even though I knew I was. I didn't come from a broken home. I had a dad that was there all the time. And yet, so it's like so interesting how like that can shape us as people.
It can.
And it took a lot of work to get through it. And I thought I was, because him and I have such a great relationship, and yet like here I am crying and counseling about things that I don't even know it. And we haven't even touched the ex-husband stuff yet. Like not with that one. I have 2 counselors that I see. One's the sexual health and one's like a personal. Yeah. We like her and I have not touched that yet. So that will be a fun one.
Right. But and that's the thing. These things are deep down. We hold on to them, and like
you don't know. It just stores in your body.
It does, and that's why crying, like when I say I'm proud of Becky, is because our body needs to release it. And I'm an extra emotional woman because of what's happened to me now. Like I always was, tender and crying.
It's probably why you're so like feisty too, because you're on either extreme end of emotion. There's no like regulating it. It's like
I am proud of myself though. I have gotten better.
Yes,
she was thinking about more. But now I can reason now, and I can keep calm and not explode to the situation, except for that man.
Yeah, except for
Costco man who called me a Karen and almost ran me over. But anyways, so if you're out there, you owe me an apology.
And you're lucky that she spared you, because a pre-cancer, Ashley, you would have been done, my friend.
Now don't hurt me.
I'm already so fragile. Yeah, right.
But yeah.
Yeah,
life.
Well, that brings us into the very last point of the 5 things that you should do, and that's seek professional support. And like we were saying,
that's a big one. Like people are like, oh, that person's, and this was in my younger years, seeing a therapist, there's something wrong with them. No, everyone, it should be more feasible for people to have somebody to talk to.
$200 for 50 minutes, that's for sure.
Well, we're fortunate because we get it through our Cross Cancer.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be able to afford it. I've been going to it for a year now.
Well, they told me I was only eligible for 5 sessions. But I have 2 of them, so that's 10 sessions. But
she knew she had some work.
Right. She's like, we're gonna need to pencil in a few more sessions.
Yeah. And then been a year and we're not even close.
But that's the thing. It's like you can't, and that's what, like, I even struggle with a 50-minute session because you just finally get comfortable enough to open up, and they're like, well, that's time.
Right. So your next one.
Yeah. So that's tough. But yeah,
it's important. No.
But with professional support, we say it quite often, it's super important to deal with it. If you are going through cancer, or someone that you loved who's gone through cancer, like, get the support that you need, because this is a heavy battle, and you cannot take it on alone. And as far as professional support, it's not just counseling and therapy. What's the other things I listed? Naturopath, chiropractor, massage, acupuncture. They did say energy healing on there. Again, I'm not into that, so I didn't put it down. But like, if that's your jam, energy healing, things like that. So yeah, that's holistic health in a nutshell. This is why we're so passionate about it, because we think it's just so important to heal our entire bodies at once. Don't deal with, my mom always used to say, you're just putting a Band-Aid on a cancer. But it's like, yeah, it's so true. Like, we're just, putting a little tiny dot on the surface of what the symptom is, but or the iceberg analogy, like in an iceberg you only see the little bit that's sticking out of water. What about the huge thing underneath the water?
Why it happened, why it came about,
Yeah, what you went through to get to that place. And again, even if you can't pinpoint where you got cancer from, let's talk about all the other stuff that's gone on in your life to get you to this moment.
Exactly.
So take care of yourself holistically, take care of the whole self. All of the parts work together. Our bodies are brilliant and beautiful, and they work together, so it's important to take care of it. So join us next week for whatever that's going to be. We have no idea. You know what, we're talking about doing an episode where we meal prep. So it's going to be more of like not a live episode, but it's not going to be here in the room.
Yeah, it's going to be in the kitchen.
It's going to be in the kitchen, and it's going to be right there watching Ashley meal prep, because she is the queen of meal prepping.
Love it.
Yeah,
it's my favorite.
Yes. So probably next week, maybe not. We'll see. But stay tuned, subscribe, and follow and share, and all the things.
Everything.
Bye, everyone.